2, 1. Hello there.
We're back again with another episode of All Games Mindset Podcast.
All the podcast is back, baby, and it's just us.
It's just
no guests today. We're just doing it just solo. We're soloing it, even though there's two of us. Whatever.
It's your boys Mike and Andrew, and we're back with some information for you.
Yeah, we're just gonna start talking about some shit.
Yeah, today's main. Well, we're really gonna get into the keto diet today. For those who do not know what keto is, it is a high-fat, low-carb, moderate protein. Although you could have a little bit more protein depending on your muscle mass and get away with it. Mike, so what was your first starting keto for you?
Oh, it was honestly it was fine because I've talked about it a lot on previous podcast episodes. If you haven't actually listened to them, you should definitely go check them out. But when I first started, I'm also a very picky eater, so I don't really like eating specific foods. I'm just not about it. I don't like certain things. And so when Andrew told me the specific things I could eat, a lot of them were ones that I did like to eat. So I said, okay, I'm going to just only eat those because I don't care about the rest. You know what I mean? So every day would just be eating an omelet, eating, steak, eating some chicken, and that's all I would eat. And I would get results. So...
Yeah. Well, how many pounds did you lose?
Okay, so when I started the keto diet, it was in the springtime, and usually in the summer I go on vacations, right? So during the 30 days, I lost about 20 pounds, and then after that, up until vacation time, I lost another 10 or so. I think it was about 10. But then I went on vacation, and on vacation, I didn't do the ketogenic diet, because it was actually a little harder for me to actually stick with that, even though I did eat a lot of the stuff I normally would, but I was just eating whatever because I'm on vacation. I don't care, right? And I gained back. It's crazy. I gained back the weight I lost, right? But then once I came back home from vacation, I went back onto the ketogenic diet and I lost all the weight again. In the 30 day, in the next 30 days.
When you went back on it.
Yeah, once I came back from vacation, I did keto again, and that first 30 days I lost all my weight again.
Yeah, my initial weight loss was in a couple months, it was 70 pounds. And that was an eye opener because, like many people who will listen to this and hear about this diet, I didn't believe that it worked. I completely thought it was full of crap, and I did not believe that a diet with a lack of carbohydrates would actually make weight loss happen. So when it did happen, my eyes were opened. I've seen the truth about kind of nutrition for myself, and when I spread the word, to you and another friend of ours, Allie, shout out to Allie, because when she did keto as well, and she did what I told her to do, which is what I did and what you did, she also lost 90 pounds on the diet.
Oh yeah, we have those pictures on the channel as well.
Yeah, so her weight loss was technically better than mine. She made extreme greatness amounts of progress.
And what's crazy is she didn't even go to the gym.
She did not work out one damn day. In fact, she is probably one of the laziest girls I know. but she still did it.
But she did it. So that's something there.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And that in itself is something to be recognized, because when people like to say keto doesn't work, well, that's completely false, because I've seen it work time and time again. I have a friend right now who's been doing it for a couple weeks, and he's already lost 10 pounds, and it's working for him. He already sees it. It's working.
That's good.
And it's because it actually works. And sugar companies don't want you to know this, because then if you find out how bad sugar and carbs are for you, especially if you're insulin resistant, which means your insulin doesn't do good when it comes to carbs, some people and their genetics are not good without carbs, or not good with carbs, sorry.
Yeah.
And so if an insulin resistant person stops eating carbs, they will see results. Yeah. And a lot of people will not believe me when that happens.
I feel like from keto I've actually become more insulin sensitive, but it only to a point where if I eat too much carbs, then I lose my sensitivity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that I eat. If I wanted to have a cheat meal, right, and I'd eat a specific thing, just randomly, it wouldn't hurt me as bad. Some things. There are some things that fucking kill me if I would eat it. But there's certain things that I would eat if let's say for an example, let's say I went to McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
And I went there and I got like a double quarter pounder, right, with no bun, but I also got a side of fries. Let's say I got a medium fry. I wouldn't feel the pain. I wouldn't feel any, I wouldn't feel that that real bad stomach feeling you get.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be bloated as much as if I had a bagel with a shit ton of butter on it. That kills me. That shit kills me.
Yeah.
But like I won't be as sensitive to it, but I know if I had too much is when I would lose it.
Yeah. Pro tip, by the way, when you mix fats and carbs together, that's when you get the biggest insulin spike, and that messes you up good. So if you combined like butter and spaghetti together, for example,
which I used to love so much.
Yeah, that is a killer for your gut and for your stomach. Now, here's an uncomfortable truth for you guys. The reality is, society wants you to be fat. I said it. Oh my gosh. I know, right? Crazy. Boom. Society, big companies, they want you to be fat. They want you to be lazy, except for maybe gym memberships. I guess gym companies.
Actually, right? No. They want you to be lazy because they want you to be subscribed to them without actually going.
Okay, good point. Got me there. Right? All these companies want your money and they want you to be fat because it makes them money. So if you're spending money on fast food all the time and you're eating all these horrible ingredient products, you are destroying your health while giving these companies the upper hand and giving them a bunch of money. The reason why fast food companies like McDonald's and Taco Bell and Panera and all these, even KFC, all these places are so successful is because we buy into their addictive food and the stuff they put in it, and we're addicted to their foods. They use a lot of addicting ingredients to their foods, and they know this, and they're doing it for a reason because they know you're going to come back for more. Exactly. What can you do? What can you do to prevent this? You need to take that step and stop eating these garbage foods.
It's like, think of it as like, how can you prevent STDs, abstinence? It's like that. That's how I put it. How do you get rid of sugar addiction? By not eating sugar.
Yeah. Sugar is just as addictive as cocaine. This has been proven with a study of mice. Okay.
You want me to bring it up?
Mike, pull that up.
Yeah, keep talking about it though.
And so there was a study in which mice were given the option of going for it was sugar, like it was like sucrose or something like that, which is a form of sugar, or they could go for cocaine. I think it was like a high percentage, like 80% of the mice, or 90, would go for the sugar instead of the cocaine. That says something, okay? That's saying just how addicting sugar is. People who say sugar is required for your health and to live, I believe that is false. I've been living without sugar for a while, okay? And there are people as well who have given up sugar and are having great results and great health due to that fact. Sugar is not required for a healthy body, and you don't need it. What you need is vitamins, minerals, proteins, and healthy fats. You need your vitamins. You need your saturated fat, which is not bad for you, okay? Bacon's not bad for you, at least if you don't chug a bunch of bacon. I'm not saying eat packs and packs of bacon or pounds of butter. What I'm saying is that it's actually not as bad for you as you thought. What is bad, that is fat, is stuff like canola oil, corn oil, rapeseed oil, all that garbage, oils like that, and especially soybean oil. Soy, get away from that soy, guys. That stuff is bad for you. Okay, that stuff has the omega-6 fats, which are the more inflammatory fats. The good fats are coconut oil, avocado oil, macadamia nut oil. What other oils?
Almond oil, right? Or almond. Well, it's like the almond stuff. Salmon is
wild caught salmon is some of the best omega-3 foods you can have, and it has great protein.
All right, so I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna say the results for the thing with the cocaine. So, drug naive rats with no prior experience with refined sugar or artificial sweetener were allowed to choose 8 times per day between two mutually exclusive levers. Responding on one lever was rewarded by a behaviorally effective dose of cocaine, while responding on the other lever was rewarded by 20 access to water sweetened with saccharin. Yeah, saccharin. Importantly, each day before making their choices, rats were allowed to alternatively sample each lever 2 times to learn their respective reward value. Different groups of animals were tested under 3 reward conditions. Under a specific variable condition, only responding on levers on the specific lever rewarded by cocaine delivery. Responding on the other lever was not rewarded. Only responding to the lever S was rewarded by the saccharin. So most of them actually went for the saccharin instead of the cocaine, which is crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
Fucking, because people do coke a lot. I know a lot of people that do cocaine. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of people in this country, especially in America, that do cocaine, and like all the rock stars and all the celebrities and shit, they be doing cocaine every day.
I view sugar as a drug.
It is probably the worst drug.
We are I think 95% of Americans are addicted to drugs, if you want to call sugar a drug. Pretty much everyone. I mean, there's so many people that go to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning or Starbucks in the morning. They get their sugary drinks. They start off their day by spiking their insulin in crazy amounts. So you're already starting the day prompting a sugar crash for later.
Oh, right? Yeah.
What keto does is makes you aware of how addicting sugar is. By eliminating sugar, you are basically enhancing your health by like 100 times percent.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. By eliminating certain ingredients in the foods you eat will make your health and your energy levels, which we care about because we want to have energy during the day, will make it so much easier. Because when I gave up sugar, I didn't feel the need to take a nap every day.
Oh, right. Yeah. Me too, honestly. The only reason why I ever wanted to take a nap during the day nowadays is because I don't get enough sleep. That is the only reason. Now, like, because I don't get anywhere but around 8 hours of sleep, and that's a problem. That is something that I need to work on. And that's what people need to know, is that they need to have 8 hours of sleep.
Sleep is still very important. Also, when you're doing foods you can eat on the ketogenic diet. Let's go over that because
there's
very important.
There's actually a good amount.
Yeah, it's not as restrictive as people like to make it believe.
Yeah.
When people tell me I can't do keto, I say, have you looked at what you can even eat? Because there are some pretty good options. Most people, I mean, a lot of people at least, like steak, like eggs, like avocados. They like macadamia nuts, or actually a lot of people have never even had macadamia nuts.
Like I didn't have macadamia nuts. You were the one that showed me macadamia nuts.
Yeah, they are some of the most healthiest nuts ever. Almonds are pretty. Walnuts. I think walnuts have the highest omega-3 count, which is once again the less inflammation fats. You can have stuff on the ketogenic diet like eggs, pasture raised preferably.
You can have clams, mussels, octopus, oysters, squid, salmon.
Yeah, for people who like seafood.
Yeah, low carb vegetables. For an example, let's see if I can find an example here. I'm just looking it up. Well, it doesn't show me, but like broccoli. Broccoli is a good one.
Broccoli, spinach, asparagus, cauliflower.
Oh yeah, cauliflower,
kale. Yeah, stuff like that. People like their green leafy vegetables.
Cheese.
You can have cheese. I would say in moderation because some people are not very good with dairy.
Yeah.
It really depends on who you are. Some people can tolerate more dairy than others.
And that's the thing with me, because I love cheese, and so I need to stay. I have to try to stay as far away from cheese as possible. I only try to use cheese for like burgers or my omelets, and then I shouldn't be allowing myself to eat the cheese on its own, like by itself. You know what I mean? and like I always want to do that. But yeah, like certain meats, there's even it's we because we think, don't you agree or disagree with me? But do you believe that we shouldn't be eating a lot of grilled chicken?
Well, here's the thing about chicken, right? A lot of chickens in general are treated horribly commercially, right? Now, you can have chicken on keto, obviously, but I would say you need to buy your chicken from sources that treat their animals correctly and that feed their chickens the correct foods and that let them roam in the yards and eat the worms and the grass that they naturally eat instead of giving the chickens the soy and the grains and all the garbage. Some chickens eat their own poop, and it's just ridiculous. Some stores have options where you can get like organic chicken breasts that are like it'll say never on the cover, it'll say never any antibiotics or something. Go for that kind of chicken. I think grilled chicken breasts are good, but you want to get the highest quality. And I wouldn't go for chicken thighs. Yes, they have fat, but you want good quality fats. And if you're getting your chicken thighs from a chicken that has been treated poorly and fed grains and soy, those fats will not be as good as the ones from chicken breasts that are organic and the ones that are pasture raised and the ones that are not treated horribly.
Yeah. But like also with chicken, I feel like with chicken, there's a lot more protein in chicken than there is in like cows. Isn't that? I feel
kind of similar
because like I feel like if you look at it, if you look at like the ingredient labels of like specific chicken, like their protein I feel like is super high compared to like their fat and and other stuff in them compared to certain meats. And so like I haven't actually had chicken in a long time because I feel because every time I would eat chicken I feel like it's too much protein for me to eat, especially for like someone who's like my size. I'm what, 160?
Yeah.
I'm 24, 160, you know what I mean? So like eating too much protein could actually not be as beneficial to someone like me.
Yeah. Well, you also just pour avocado oil on your steaks.
Well, that's what I do to. That's what I would have to do to compensate because I would need more fat. You want more fat when you're on the ketogenic diet. You don't want more protein. So
you can have good amounts of protein. You don't have to go overboard.
Yeah, you need to make sure that you don't eat too much. You just got to make sure you don't eat too much. You got to that's a big thing is focusing on macros. But what I do is to fix the macros. I would put butter on. I would put grass-fed butter on top of my chicken.
Butter misconception. Butter is bad. Wrong as fuck.
Super. They're right but wrong. They're right but wrong because the butters that they want you to buy are the ones that are the worst for you.
Okay, correct. Yes. Yes.
Like those butters like. I can't believe it's not butter.
That's not butter. That is margarine.
That is not margarine. It actually is not butter. It's fucking
Anyone who tells you margarine is good for you, throw that away immediately. I can't believe it's not butter. It's not butter, obviously. It says it in the title. Throw that away. It's soy. Get that soy out of your life immediately.
It is terrible fucking fats for you.
Yeah. Get rid of margarine.
Margarine. When people talk about cholesterol, that is literally
that is the cause of bad cholesterol. Is margarine. Is one of them at least. Get rid of that. That is the bad fat. That's when people are right. But the good butter is grass-fed, organic butter from cows that are pasture-raised.
Yes.
And I speak very passionately about this because there's a lot of misconceptions that need to be cleared.
Yes, very much. And like the brands we use, like we use the Kerrygold Irish.
Kerrygold is a great brand. Organic Valley.
Is another.
Those
good
are
brand.
good. There's also more. You'll find it in your local stores.
There's also it's not technically not a butter, but it's but ghee is a good one. Is a good thing.
Ghee is recommended for people who do not do good with dairy because ghee is butter that is had all the milk solids stripped away, so it's just the pure butter fat.
Yeah.
Which contains a lot of minerals and vitamins that will be good for you, and you could add some healthy fats with that. So. When people look at me weird when I put butter in my coffee and I put heavy whipping cream, only a little bit, and I put coconut oil in my coffee, which is great fats, people look at me like I'm crazy.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
I am crazy, but I'm healthy.
yeah.
So
I just don't even drink coffee, so I just stay far away from caffeine too.
When it comes to meats on keto, I like to stick with grass-fed, grass-finished. Very important.
Oh, that is very important.
Explain that.
Yeah, so grass fed. So you'll see in a supermarket, right? You'll see normal meats, and then you'll see over on like the far end it'll say grass fed meat, and so you'll look at that. But what they don't tell you about a lot of those grass fed meats is that they are grass fed from when they were born until just before they die. And then before they're ready to kill them, they give them all the fucking soy and grains and shit. They just
The last 30 days of the cow's life, they're treated.
They just fuck them up and then kill them just to get the fat up in their bodies and shit, just to get them all fucking shit up.
They want to get them out faster.
Yeah.
And they have to, they want to finish up quick.
And then they'll kill them. They'll put them in the things and they'll send them off. But then there are companies that are really good, and we praise them very much, that don't do that whatsoever in the last 30 days. They keep them grass-fed the entire time, and you can find those by seeing grass-fed, grass-finished.
If it says that on the
labels.
On the labels, it'll say it in the front, grass-fed, grass-finished beef. That is the best, highest quality meat you can get. I think ButcherBox, that website, they deliver to your house. That's actually pretty. I don't.
There's also a brand Panorama that has grass-fed, grass-finished, and it has like a lot of certifications for, like, to show that they are that way.
But if you
They're
cannot,
not lying to you.
But if you can't afford the highest quality foods, it's always good to start off small. You can easily start something like keto or any good diet by removing sugar and carbs.
Because I feel like a lot of people that when we talk about saying you should try it, people are like, oh, but all those things are so expensive. I'm not gonna be able to afford that. But the thing is that you don't have to start there. You can start with the ones that aren't as good for you, right? You could start with the regular meat that's not even grass fed. It's just a matter of just taking sugar out of the body.
Take baby steps. Don't feel like you have to go all in.
Yeah, and once you find a rhythm and once you find a way in your budget to make it work, then you can start adding. You can start switching it to the more the more grass fed and the ones that are actually better. Because I know like especially with me, I'm not gonna lie, I don't get pasture raised eggs all the time. I don't get pasture raised eggs when I go shopping. I will go to Costco and buy the 5 dozen that they have that are just normal eggs that are not pasture raised. But that's because I can get so many and not have to spend my money during that time, and so then I could get grass-fed, grass-finished beef. I could save my money to do that because it'd be cheaper to get the 5 dozen than it would be for me to get like 3 dozen of the pasture raised. So I'd be able to save my money to then buy the grass-fed, grass-finished, and when I have enough grass-fed, grass-finished, then I switch over when I finish those eggs to get pasture raised. And it's just a matter of trying to figure out in your budget where you can work it. Because let's face it, not everybody's going to be able to afford all of it.
Yeah, and not many people even know about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
People walk past the grass-fed section of the supermarket all the time, not knowing the great things that are in it.
Yeah.
Not knowing that pasture-raised eggs are so good for you. And it's crazy. You could also have stuff like nuts and seeds and berries in moderation, like blueberries and raspberries and strawberries, moderation. Butter is good. You could have olives. You could have actually dark chocolate. It's pretty good if you remove the sugar or at least put stevia or something.
Yeah, as long as it has like something like stevia instead of.
There are different things that you can do. There are even recipes online that you can bake different things.
There's a shit ton of websites that have recipes.
Yeah,
and like they have like a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I know one of our friends there, they made a cauliflower mac and cheese. But like they don't have it's not macaroni, it's the cauliflower that's the macaroni. So that's actually pretty. It's very creative on the things that they can do, like that you can do on this diet with certain things. You know what I mean?
People like to say, "Well, I can't do keto because first I can't afford it. 2, it's too restrictive, and 3, I don't even know where to begin." Well, it's once again, it's like baby steps.
Right? Yeah, you need first things first. You need to clear your mind of the problems you see, right? Because if you're just gonna keep being negative about it, then you'll never let it come to fruition. You have to be with an open mind. You have to find the positive of all these different things. Where you can start where you can start is so simple. You just get the specific things, get rid of sugar, get rid of carbs in your body or like in your diet, and that's it. That's all. That's the best place to start, right? And then you find the budget. You find your budget, and then you get everything that you need per your budget.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. It's not rocket science. You just gotta really think about it. You gotta be with an open mind and think.
And also, not everyone around you will likely support this way of eating. In fact, you will get probably the craziest looks and the craziest reactions ever,
especially the vegetarians.
Yeah.
Vegetarians will look at you.
There is a vegan keto option. You can do vegan keto. It's just a little bit harder, and I would say that's more restrictive. But
that's actually more restrictive than really anything.
But it is possible. And you could also do carnivore, keto carnivore. So there's different variations that you can do.
Yeah, like I'm doing keto carnivore because I don't eat vegetables. At least I don't really eat, like, I only eat vegetables maybe once in a blue moon. You know what I mean? I don't really eat them. Like, I only eat meat products other than me putting on avocado oil on my food.
Now, if old science was correct, Mike would be dead right now.
I would be fucking dead in the ground. Probably like months ago.
Yeah. Mike's been doing this for like 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah. Oof. He's been eating a keto
carnivorous diet.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Fucking, I'm an idiot. For like 2 years. So if the people who said that, oh, you can't do that because you're gonna die and you're gonna clog your arteries, you're gonna do all that, Mike could be dead right now from the butter, from the meat.
People don't understand.
You'd be insanely sick right now if that was correct. But instead, you feel
fucking great. You know, I eat.
What do you eat?
I put a. You know how they in the Kerrygolds they have the pound of butter, right? Yeah. So at Costco you can get a pack of them of 4 pounds, right? I can go through one of those pounds in like 3 days. Depending on what I eat, of course, because like I use the butter to layer my pan for eggs. You know, I use it to cook. I put it on top of my foods, except for my eggs. I don't put butter on top of my eggs. That's weird. But I put it like on my steaks. I put it on my chicken. I put it on everything other than eggs, and then I put the avocado oil on top of that. And like I feel like another good thing that I do, because I don't eat vegetables, is I put the new salt on top of my food as well, because that is just straight potassium that I'm missing out from not eating avocados.
Yeah. People who start keto, here's another misconception. People who start keto and get headaches and feel nauseous, first of all, what you need to understand what that is, your body is adapting to a no carb life or low carb life. Yeah. It takes a little bit of time, a few days, to get adapted because your body is so used to sugar. So when you take that away, you're gonna have that effect, just like as if you were taking away drugs, because sugar is like a drug.
Yeah.
So after a few days, you'll start to notice that you feel better, and if you're not, that means you're having a lack of electrolytes. You need sodium, magnesium, potassium.
Yes.
Avocados are one of the best sources of potassium you can get.
Oh my god, yeah. And it sucks that I don't eat it, but that's why I use the new salt, because it is potassium, and so I just replace it. I put so much salt on everything I eat.
What kind of salt do you use?
But I use the pink Himalayan sea salt,
which is some of the best quality salt.
One of the best quality salts out in the market right now.
And salt is good for you. If you do not have carbs, you need more salt because your body is not holding water, which means it's depleting your sodium.
Yeah, it depletes the sodium from the body, so you need to replace it. And that happens because there's no carbohydrates to hold your pee in your bladder.
Which is why I pee so much in every podcast we do.
Yeah, and that's why you leave like 4 times in the podcast. But that's a terrible misconception. Yes, there are salts that aren't as good as the pink Himalayan sea salt. Those ones in specific conditions are harmful to you. Yes, that is true. But
like the iodine salt, right?
Iodine salt, those
the table salts. You want the best quality salts, and they're not even that expensive at the grocery store.
I know. Yeah,
they're really not.
You can get them for cheap at places like Marshalls that sells things for super cheap. You can just get them. You'll be able to get like those big refillable bottles that you can just keep.
You can also, and magnesium is the third main one. But you can get that from like different kinds of nuts. You can get it from a little bit from meats and stuff. But a lot of people who are worried that they're not getting enough magnesium will just buy a magnesium supplement.
Yeah, which I do. I get magnesium from meats too, but like I mostly just take the magnesium supplement because I know I'm not getting enough. Yeah. Because I don't eat like certain vegetables, I don't eat certain things because I just don't like it. So like I just have the supplement because I know I need the magnesium.
Yeah.
Oh, but the effects of magnesium, they're so great because I get to sleep so nicely.
Yeah, magnesium does help with sleep. There's actually a lot of things that electrolytes do that people don't know about. So you need to keep your electrolytes up when you're doing something like keto. You don't have to do it forever, although I do recommend if you do it, you should make it a lifestyle, not a diet, because diet implies that it's temporary.
Yes, that's what I tell everybody that I say that they should try to do keto is that they can't just say that it's a diet, that they need to change their lifestyle completely around it, because if you don't change your lifestyle around a diet, a specific way of eating, then you'll never reach the full potential that you could get from it.
And here's the other kicker. Not everyone, I'm not saying everyone needs to do keto, right? I'm not saying that. But the reality is some people can do good with carbs and some people cannot.
Yes.
It is a genetic thing. It's something you cannot help, but you can help it by, doing keto. But there are two kinds of people. There are insulin sensitive people, which means you can eat you can eat a lot of carbs and you won't gain that much weight, or at least you'll be skinny fat. But even though sugar is still unhealthy, and carbs are still, besides like sweet potatoes, the good, the bad carbs, the processed foods, the sugars, that's bad. And then there are the other type of people that are insulin resistant. I am insulin resistant, probably because I abused sugar so much as a child. I ate so much sugary treats that I just put my body into this place where it was like, you know what, I hate you. My insulin was just like, I hate you, and I'm not going to work for you anymore. That made me insulin resistant. So carbs affect me horribly. They make me fat. They make me bloat. They make the inflammation skyrocket. And they make me tired and upset. I'm very upset.
And like
in high school, I was fat and upset because I ate a bunch of sugar.
Yeah, I was actually very insulin sensitive when I was a kid. I would be able to eat whatever the fuck I wanted and wouldn't gain as much if I did only if I wasn't active enough. If I wasn't active and I was eating all this stuff, then I wouldn't be losing it because my insulin sensitivity would change. But once I would become more active and I would do things, I would not be as fat, or I would lose weight, and do all that stuff. But I would still eat the same. And so, but that was when I was a child, when it's a lot easier for you to, for your body to, develop through that stuff. Yeah. But once you get older, it gets a lot harder. And so way past after I turned 18, and I wasn't being as active anymore, I became insulin resistant. And then that's why I went to Andrew for this diet, or for this lifestyle change, because I needed to fix that, because I went from insulin sensitive to insulin resistant, but now with this, I feel like I've gone back to being insulin sensitive again.
Yeah,
which is great, honestly.
Now the question is that people will ask is, how do you know if you're insulin resistant? Which once again means basically you don't do good when you consume carbs. How do you know if you're how do you know if you're insulin resistant? The answer is that if you're already overweight, or if you feel really bad, really horrible after you eat carbs, more so than not. And if you're naturally like a big person because, you're probably eating a lot of sugars, you are probably insulin resistant. If you're insulin sensitive, chances are you're just that really skinny guy, right? Or you can eat whatever you want and you never get fat. We all know those kind of people. Yeah. Those people are insulin sensitive, or the people who are naturally like ripped. They're naturally just just muscle, right? Those people can eat more carbs and get away with it because they're insulin sensitive. There are other people like me who are not that lucky. It's just genetics. It's just who you are. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
But keto is best for people who are insulin resistant like me.
Yeah. Because keto really isn't for everybody.
Yeah. It doesn't have to
but
be.
there are things that are from the ketogenic diet that are in other diets that could help. It's just, I feel like it's just a matter of getting rid of sugar, and getting rid of the processed and unnatural carbohydrates in your body and in the foods you eat.
Yeah. No matter what diet you do or no matter what lifestyle you choose, eliminating sugar and processed foods, fast food, horrible fats like soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, vegetable oil, horrible for you. Margarine, absolutely horrible for your health.
Yes.
New studies that are coming out are proving this. A lot of old research that has been since outdated will tell you margarine's good for you. That is false. Let's look at what's going on around us currently. We are at an obesity epidemic.
Yeah, our obesity has grown super exponential levels at this point.
Most people right now are overweight. And if you go to a public place, if you go to a restaurant, if you go to your local supermarket, if you go to pretty much anywhere, if you look around and observe, you will see, if you really take a look, take 2 seconds to look around, you'll see most people have a gut, they have a beer belly, they're overweight, and some people are very unhappy because of that. You can look around you and tell who's insulin resistant and who's insulin sensitive. You can tell.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate to see, but it's the truth. And most people, as I said, are addicted to sugar and horrible, horrible stuff. And a lot of the foods that you buy, that you probably have on your shelves right now, if you go into your cabinet or into your refrigerator or your freezer and you look at the ingredients to what you're eating, the chances are sugar or some form of sugar is one of the ingredients to those products. Or there may be soy ingredients.
Yes. It's really eye-opening when you first look at something, look at a product and look at the ingredient labels and see all the ingredients on there, a wall of text pretty much, and you see words that you don't even understand what the hell they are. How can you let yourself eat things that you don't even know what they are? You know what I mean? There's, God, I'm gonna have to look it up. There's so many.
Mike, pull that up.
There's okay, yeah, thanks. There's so many foods out there that are processed foods that you get at the supermarket that just have a wall of ingredients that have ingredients that you don't even understand what they are anymore. You don't know, because you can see, okay, so this has, cornstarch in it. Okay, I know what cornstarch is. This one has butter. Okay, I know what butter is. But azimuthine is, phosphate.
Some of the ingredients you can't even pronounce.
Yeah, you think it's another freaking language, and that's honestly that's really upsetting to see that in there, because you can't. Why are you letting yourself do that? You only, and I feel like it's only because, number one, they don't know better. They're not aware. Number one. Number two, it's cheaper, and people will go for the cheaper thing, and it's ruining them pretty much, because everyone wants to eat the cheaper things so they can save money, but in turn it's hurting them. It's hurting their body in the long run, and it just sucks.
When you take the red pill of nutrition, you will see that most of the foods you've been brought to believe are healthy are actually not. In fact, they are probably pure garbage. When you guys go grocery shopping, go look at the ingredients of the products you're buying every day and take a closer look. Understand, once you truly realize the horrible quality of the food you're buying, it will open your eyes to what's really going on, and it will set you free of this world you believed in so healthy, but it has not. There are so many ingredients that have tricked you into thinking they're healthy or they're nothing to worry about. is false. You've been lied to by food companies, and you've been lied to by pharmaceutical companies, because when you're eating good foods, you will not need as much medication. If you go on the internet right now, you can hear a billion stories of people who have cut out sugar and carbs, and they have gone off their insulin shots. They have saved a lot of money. Their doctors are skeptical because they have discovered their patients not needing the medicine anymore because they've improved their diet. Back before we had all this medicine, all these pills, all we had was good food, good quality food, and that's how we've survived. Right, Mike? I mean, am I just losing my mind here, or it's just people call me crazy for saying stuff like this, but look around you. How many people can you say actually knows what they're talking about?
No one, literally. Well, they feel like everyone wants to feel like they know what they're talking about, right? Everyone feels like they know the answer. We have an answer for certain people. We don't have an answer for everyone.
Everybody is different.
People are different. Everybody is different, right? But there are people that have similar issues, and we give them the answer that they need. The people that need our answer, and you have to figure out if this answer is right for you or not. You have to try.
You can't just go on keto for 3 days and
love those
well, it's not working because I can't.
It's only been 72 hours.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
People get upset because keto doesn't work in 3 days. It is it is a commitment.
You'd be better off just not eating. Yeah. If you think that, that a diet can work in 3 days, you're better off just not eating at all. Just don't even eat.
Another thing that is actually good for you is intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Intermittent fasting is great for you. Most of the time, I do 1 meal a day, or I'll do 2 meals a day within like a 4-hour period. Fasting is good for you because when you're not eating anything, and you're only drinking water and black coffee, by the way, when you're only eating, or when you're only drinking those things, or actually you could do green tea as well, you're keeping your insulin low, which is the main goal of the ketogenic diet, is to keep your insulin low.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, you become a fat-burning machine.
Yeah, you literally burn the fat that you have eaten or that is on your body.
From what I've seen, keto is the best for fat loss because your insulin is being kept low.
Yes.
And which equals fat loss.
Yeah, which then would burn the fat that you already have had on your body as it was.
And notice that I don't say weight loss, I say fat loss because it has a muscle-preserving effect due to ketones, which is the fuel that your brain uses when carbs are absent.
Yeah, and it goes through your bloodstream and shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, what was I gonna say? But I pulled up on the computer real quick of a specific ingredient that I bet no one fucking knows, and it's called shellac. Okay, that
shellac.
You look at your jelly beans. You go into your cabinet, in your snack cabinet, and you find some jelly beans, and you look at the ingredients. You'll see shellac on there, right? But do you know what the fuck that is? Bruh, shellac says it is a shiny, glossy coat that they use for cars and nail polish. Bruh, they put it. That is what coats the jelly bean.
Is that what you want to put in your body?
What the fuck? What in the fucking fuck is that?
We need to start being aware of what we're consuming because I know so many people who wake up in the morning and they feel horrible every day. I know coworkers, I know people in family, friends. I know people who constantly feel sick. Their stomach hurts, they wake up with headaches, they're constantly upset, and they don't know why they feel sick all the time. And then I ask them what they're eating, and they tell me, usually some sugary products they're eating in the morning or at night, or they're eating all these horrible oils and all these horrible food products. Look and understand the behaviors that you're doing, and understand that your behaviors have consequences. If you're eating horrible foods that are bad for you, you will notice that it affects your body in a negative way. If you cut out bad foods, you will see a tremendous effect in your body, and you'll feel a lot better.
Yeah, you have to be disciplined enough, and you need to have the knowledge. You have to do the research to know what is good, what is bad, and what will help you in your journey technically.
No matter what diet or lifestyle you're doing, you should be eliminating processed foods and sugar and the horrible fats, the bad fats, because not all fats are equal.
Yeah, let's also delve into this real quick. Because people, I know I've gotten a lot of conversations. Some of them have been arguments with people that do because that keto is mostly a meat eating diet, right?
I guess I could say so. I mean, there's a lot of different things.
Yeah,
but,
there are different things, but people
mainly they'll eat meats.
They categorize this diet mostly with as a meat eating diet, right? Not fully.
Although you can include plants, obviously.
Which is what you should be doing.
Yeah. Well, omnivores.
But I have had conversations and some arguments with people who are vegetarians and who are vegans. Most vegans, I've had actually a few conversations that were really good, and I've said this in a podcast before.
Would it work?
Depending on where it was, that doesn't matter. It's just a matter of me talking to them. That they say that this diet isn't good for you, and I always try to have them explain to me why, and most of them can't really give me a good response. But they would say that it's better to be to eating only that specific becoming a vegetarian or becoming a vegan. Some of them say they treat animals so bad and all this stuff, and then I retort with that's why I eat grass-fed, grass-finished meats, and I don't eat the meats that when they stress out the chickens and the cows, because I know the effects that can cause, not just to them but to me. And a lot of them, especially there was this one person that I talked to that was vegan. She in the end of the conversation, she really respected the way I thought about it and the way that I took it, and I wasn't trying to attack any of these people. But they need to know that each way there's no right answer, right? Veganism isn't the right answer for most people. It is for some, but it's not for most. The ketogenic diet is not the right answer for most people. It's right for me though, and it works for me.
It works for me too.
And
everyone that does it, that I have seen, it has worked for them. They feel great. They come back to me and say, "Wow, you were right," and they lose weight. They feel great, and they tell me the success stories, and then it makes me even more motivated to do stuff like this.
Yes, and I feel there's this big stigma between the two. But the thing is that,
by the way, pull up Burger King the Impossible Whopper ingredients, because I want to get to that. I want to talk about that.
Okay, but like there's no reason for people that do the ketogenic diet and for people that are vegans to ever fight over anything. At most, we are technically doing the same thing, or not the same thing. We're going for the same cause of most of them do by trying to stay away from the processed meats.
Yeah.
But they only eat things that are plant based, where we will eat naturally, created.
You need
meats.
to stick to whole foods.
Yes. Impossible Burger. You want the ingredients, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I want to prove a point here. Okay.
Jesus.
Oh God, I'm ready.
I want to find. Oh God, I have some of it right here. Let's see. Please give me the wall of text that it is. Okay, so
now here's a vegan substitute that I don't like because of the ingredients, the certain ingredients. I'm not saying being a vegan is bad. What I'm saying is that some of the ingredients in some of these vegan products are horrible for you.
Yeah, so let me read it off.
The Impossible Burger from Burger King ingredients:
water, soy protein concentrate,
soy. Get rid of that soy.
Coconut oil, sunflower oil.
Sunflower oil is not that great.
Natural flavors, 2% or less of potato protein, methicellulose, yeast extract.
Yeast extract is not good.
Cultured dextrose,
sugar,
food starch modified.
Soy
leg. What? Megagoblin.
Something soy. More soy.
Salt. Soy protein isolate. Mixed tocopherose. Vitamin E. Zinc. Gluconate. Sorry. Thiamine hydrochloride, which is vitamin B1.
Yeah, those are some of the vitamins, but they're not the highest quality vitamins.
And what's funny is that all these vitamins and stuff are at the bottom, where if we're correct, usually the things at the top of the ingredient label are the ones that have they're the ones with the most are used the most in creating the product. Am I correct?
Yeah, I don't like the soy protein because that's not the best quality protein. I don't like the yeast extract. I don't like the cultured dextrose.
You definitely get away from dextrose.
Yeah,
I try to stay far away from that type of stuff. But like the thing is that with soy, right? Soy contains it's not even estrogen. It is like a fake estrogen.
It mimics estrogen, which tricks the body into thinking that it is.
Yeah, and which can actually harm not just men but women as well. And I always tell women that they shouldn't go for a lot of stuff that have soy in it because I don't know what it will do to their body chemically.
Yeah, because it's just something you should stay away from.
I just have a theory with soy is that soy is the reason why women have can have such terrible like periods and menstruation. During that time. I feel like it actually hurts them more. Like, because I know women that when they get on their period, it the first day is like living in hell for 24 hours. But I feel like could there be a possibility without having soy in your body that you have going through your menstruation time would actually be better? I would love for someone to fucking do a study on that. I would love it. I would want someone to do that because I want to know. I want to know if having the soy actually is hurting them too. It hurts men just as much because we gain estrogen and we're not gaining testosterone from it. So, but that's what the hell? That's a big thing about it, You gotta know what the fuck you're putting in your body.
It's not okay. Here's another misconception. It's all about calories. Now, calories do matter.
Yes.
But there's another instrument at play here. Hormones. You want to, insulin is a hormone. You want to keep your insulin under control by eliminating sugar and carbs. You can do that. If you have the hormones on your side and you're not eating too many calories, you will sustain good weight loss, fat loss, I would say. And the best thing you can do is start small by eliminating foods that are bad for you. Stop drinking those stupid, sugary, addicting, health-killing, mind-killing
sodas
and the sugary drinks that those vanilla bullshit things at Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. Get rid of it. It is garbage. It is pure.
Those lattes
and I'm talking to you, everybody who goes right to there before work and buying all those.
Yeah, and other coffee companies too.
Yeah, yes, it tastes good. Yes, it makes you feel good for about 15 minutes.
But why do you think it tastes good? That's great. That's another.
Why are you so addicted to it? Because it's sugar and it's bad for you and it spikes your insulin and it creates sugar crashes and it damages your health over time. It creates diabetes over time, makes you unhealthy, makes you sick, makes you have to go to the hospital eventually. There's so many things that correlates that you have no idea.
And if you just did the research, if you did the research yourself, you'd see everything that you would need to know,
I've had people tell me that the diet I do, or the lifestyle I do is completely stupid and that I'm unhealthy and that I'm doing it wrong and that I'm going to be creating a horrible body for myself in the future. And these are coming from people that are in horrible health.
That look terrible.
Yeah, that are overweight and unhappy. And they're telling me that I'm unhealthy.
As they eat their Impossible Whopper.
Yeah. They're telling me that they're unhealthy. And they're eating garbage every day. And they're not even happy themselves. Here's you should take advice from people that say what they do. If I were to tell you guys right now that the ketogenic diet is good, and I were to go home after this and eat pizza, I would be completely lying to you, and I would be a scammer.
We'd be fucking hypocrites.
Yeah, we'd be extreme hypocrites, and we would have to turn off this camera right now, go home, and then cry, and then
I would delete the entire account, delete All Gains Mindset, All Gains everything. We just delete it all.
But what we're gonna do after this is we're gonna go get some steak, and I'm gonna eat some broccoli, and Mike's probably gonna put a bunch of butter on that.
I'm gonna have a grass-fed burger.
Listen.
That's my plan.
Listen to people who have actually had success themselves when it comes to dieting or changing lifestyles,
and not just short-term success. People who have done this diet at least longer than 3 months.
Yeah,
because I feel like only for a month, you can't really say, because it could only just have been, that 1 month, and like, but you have to look at people who have done it for years. Like you and I have done it for over 2 years. At least you have done it for 2 years. I'm almost at 2 years by now. We've had a lot of success with it. We know people that have done it for over a year. They've had success with it, and those are the type of people you should be going to and looking up to see what you can do. That you should be trying to do this diet for.
I don't see anyone that is sick on keto. I don't see it.
Nope.
Everyone that has done the work, they're actually doing it correctly. They're eating the healthy foods. They feel great. They look a lot better. They're seeing great results, and they're sharing the results. And I do not see anyone that is getting sick from doing keto or by eliminating sugar. Now, I will say this again because a lot of people like to misinterpret this. Keto doesn't have to be for everyone, and I'm not saying it is for everyone, but there is a lot of people who will benefit from a diet like this.
Yes.
Or lifestyle like this.
Yes.
There are people who will benefit from cutting out sugar and carbs from their diet and will see great results. And if you don't believe me, if you really think I'm full of crap, try it. Try it.
Honestly,
you can't say anything unless you've done it. If I were to come on this right now and say keto is good for you and I've never done it, once again I'd be a hypocrite and I should go home and cry.
Yeah.
Then everybody will be right.
And it's so funny because that like it's like when you eat foods that you never eaten before. Oh, I don't like it. Have you tried it? Like it's that whole thing. Oh, that diet isn't going to work for me. Have you tried it? No. Well, try it.
You need to try
figure it out.
It could be with keto, veganism, carnivore, paleo, Mediterranean. If you think it will work, try it. Or if you try it first.
Try it for 3 months.
Yeah, try 90 days.
Try it for 90 days. I can guarantee you will know the answer. You will know your answer. You'll know if it's right for you or not.
Yeah. Nothing is wrong with trying something.
If it is the right way or not.
Just do it 90 days.
You'll know if it is right for you or not through 90 days.
And if you don't like the idea of keto, that's okay. Do something else. Just
do research. Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, see what works best for you and try it. And if you maybe try other diets and they're not working, try keto. Maybe it might just be the answer because there is a lot of people out there right now, and you can look at it through like Facebook, the internet. You can look through it through different social media platforms. Keto is working for a lot of people right now.
Yeah,
there are so many success stories.
There's so many. It's the community of people that do the ketogenic diet is growing exponentially, and I feel like people are starting to finally wake up to it, and I think that it's great that people are, because we are so clouded. Our minds are so clouded on the way we've always looked at things. We always used to do things, but once you open your mind, you can really see success.
When you truly see the real reality of these foods and what's actually good for you, you will see insane results. You'll feel better. You'll look better. You will want to party all the time because you're just going to feel that great. Eating healthy improves your life in so many ways. There are so many benefits. You will literally be sexier. You will literally have better. You could have better sex.
You could
on keto.
I mean, I feel like I do. That's all for a sec.
There's so many benefits to this.
Yes.
It's to even eliminating sugar. I'm not saying keto, but in general, if you eliminate sugar, carbs, a lot of carbs, processed foods, bad oils, margarine, soy, get rid of all that stuff, you will see insane amount of results. And it's not just fat loss. Your gut can also improve.
Yeah.
Your mental health can improve. What are other benefits?
Right? Oh yeah, I'm gonna stick on the mental health real quick because if you think about it this way, right? You're gonna eat processed foods, right? You eat processed foods, you'll spike insulin, and then you'll have a sugar crash, right? You'll get a crash, and then you'll feel tired, and you'll be all groggy and stuff, and you're gonna be like, ugh, and that is not, thinking about it emotionally, it is not positive. And so you'll be feeling negative. And on top of anything going on in your life that could possibly be negative can build upon you. And so with that, if you do not eat those types of things and you eat better, you feel better, you will feel positive, you will not be groggy, you will continue to go on. If things are negative in your life, they won't impact you as much because you are a positive person.
Yeah.
I know you and I how we are. We have our moments where we have a negative thing happen, right?
That's just life.
But that's literally life. But we are mostly positive. The only time I'm ever negative is when I'm at work. But that's a whole other story, and I try so hard to maintain positivity at work because I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to feel negative at work because I'm already there and I don't want to be there, right? But why should I let myself drown in it? I should be trying to be as positive as possible. Just try to get by through it and just get to the next, get out of there and continue working on my journey. And
it's very important to look at the positives of everything. You need to try to understand, see the pleasure in every aspect,
Yeah.
Like what you can do in the moments, how you can make your life better. And proper nutrition is a great way to improve your life. If you can control anything, it is what you put in your mouth, what you eat, what you drink.
Yeah, the things
how much you smoke. Stuff like that. How much you exercise. You don't need a gym to do push-ups.
Yes.
To do sit-ups, to do jumping jacks, to do sit-ups, planks, to run, to walk, to sprint, to do pull-ups on something, chin-ups on something. You can do so many things. And proper nutrition is just one part that you can control. Unless someone is actually taking a piece of bread sprinkled with dextrose or sugar and shoving it in your mouth or shoving up your ass. If that is actually happening, first of all, you need to get rid of that person.
You need help.
Yeah, you need help. Second of all, if that's not happening, then you can actually benefit from eating proper foods.
Yeah.
And the ketogenic diet is one way that we have found. If it does not work for anyone, let us just say that it's worked for us.
Yeah.
It's worked for everyone that we've given advice to and that has done it. Shout out to Allie has done it.
Shout out to Allie, yes. Shout out to my mom because my mom was doing it for a while.
Your mom has done it. She's seen results.
Yeah.
Who else has done it?
And that's a problem because I've tried getting a lot of my coworkers to try it.
Yeah,
a lot of them have been too addicted to sugar to ever actually commit, and I scold them for that because they're weak. but we have a couple friends that have started it recently, so I applaud them for trying.
Yeah, and they're already seeing results. They're already on the journey,
and I want them to succeed. I want them to do well because I feel that they can do the best. I feel like they have the best potential.
Absolutely,
those ones have great potential to do.
What I love seeing when someone starts something like keto and a couple months goes by and they get the results and I look at the difference and they are so much happier.
Oh yes. Yes.
They feel so great that they've accomplished that, and it's one of the best feelings that they've taken that step. And I've seen it a couple times already and I cannot wait to see it more. I've already had a couple friends with success stories like you. You've changed your life. Your mom has changed your life. Shout out to Allie, has changed her life and still does it to this day.
Yeah.
And other friends that we have are doing it. It's just mind-changing. It's mind-boggling how you can change your life by just eating better foods. Getting your brain off the sugar. Get rid of those ingredients.
Yes.
That is poison to your body, to your brain, to your health. It is absolute destruction to your gut. It is destruction to your stamina.
To your mind.
To your mind, to your heart. To your it could be your vision, to your your whole, just everything.
To the muscles, even
muscles.
Can't hurt the muscles.
Get rid of these horrible foods that are being pushed by big companies, mainstream media, commercials. It's everywhere. It's on every street corner. Is a McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, KFC, Wendy's, Denny's, IHOP. I hate you, IHOP, right now.
We all hate you, IHOP.
Because you put pancake mix
in your
pancake batter into your eggs. That is a sin.
That is disgusting.
It is a
number
sin.
Big sin. Right there.
That
number one.
You have failed.
Red flag. Number one.
if you change that, that would be great. Please do that.
Yes, I know a lot of other places that don't do that, and that's where I go. Other than me eating it.
If you can take those first steps and change your life in that direction, you'll be doing a great favor to yourself, and you'll be setting example to those around you, and you'll be inspiring those around you. Even if you're not doing keto, if you're not doing any particular diet, if you're just making small changes like restricting carbs or sugar or the bad fats, you'll be automatically setting an example for loved ones, people around you who will observe your behaviors, and you may inspire someone.
Yeah, I feel like we've inspired a lot of people.
Yeah,
by doing what we do, and I hope we can keep it going and keep growing.
If I truly thought that this lifestyle, this way of eating was bad for you, I would not be on here right now.
We would not
telling why it's not good for you. I would not be preaching something that I do not practice myself, something that we do both practice and we both feel great from.
Yeah.
And we have different body types.
Oh yeah, we're completely different too.
And it works the same. We both feel a lot better. People who have eliminated sugar around us feel better. And people who naturally eliminate bad food from their diet feel better. And when they tell us the success, we know why. It's because they're making positive moves and taking action that is required to change their mindset, their beliefs. And people who think that sugar is bad for you, is good for you, and that you need it to survive, when you tell a person like that it's actually bad for you and they've been living their whole life based on that, attacking that belief is like attacking them. So if you try to convince your family or friends that something like keto is good for you and they tell you you're a moron, or they laugh at you, or they discourage you, or they just simply ignore you, it's just something you'll have to deal with. It's something you'll have to accept. That not everyone will see the way you see, will do the way you do, and will take action. Because a lot of people will not, and that is unfortunate. But what you can do is you can take action to help yourself.
And you can prove them wrong.
And prove them wrong by being the best version of yourself and getting the best body that you can get.
100%. That is best 10 out of 10 right there. Would recommend.
Don't, it's like that quote from Bruce Almighty. I forgot exactly what it was.
Be the miracle?
Yeah. Don't hope for a miracle. Be the miracle. And that's what we're doing.
Yes.
We are becoming the miracle. And I prefer it if everyone would join. But that's obviously not everyone is on the same mission. Not everyone has the same goals. But some people want to gain muscle. And we'll talk about that briefly. When it comes to gaining muscle, carbs are necessary, I would say, to build muscle faster. I think you can build muscle on keto. It will take longer and it will be harder because carbs and protein are better at building muscle, and I admit that. That is true. If I was consuming carbs, I'd probably be even more muscular, more bigger. But a guy like me will gain muscle, but I'll also gain a lot of fat. I don't want to gain fat, which is why I like to do keto to maintain, because it keeps me elevated, keeps me feeling good. Carbs make some people feel good, some people feel bad. Once again, keto may not be for everyone. Restricting carbs may not be for everyone, but it is for some people, desperately. And I think if you do want to build muscle, you should eat some more carbs. But just be aware that if you're eating more carbs, you may be prone to building more fat and muscle at the same time, compared to if you're doing keto or restricting carbs. You may build muscle, but a lot slower and a slower rate. But you'll lose fat and you'll feel healthy. And you will be healthy, which is even if you're not going to the gym, eating healthy or eating something like keto is very good for you. Because it enhances your health. Not just for fat loss, but your health.
It also lowers the ability to become inflamed, to be inflammatory.
Yeah,
in your body.
No bloating, or at least less bloating, less inflammation.
Yeah, because I know before I started, I was having a lot of breathing problems. Sometimes it would be hard to breathe, but like once I started doing it and stuff, I haven't had that problem.
Yeah.
Other than from like stress from like stuff like work or school or something.
Yeah.
I would have that, but that wasn't because of food. It was more because of the stress level and anxiety that I was having from specific things that had nothing to do with food or eating food, you know. And it has nothing to do and because I know my heart was not inflamed. It was just more of my heart was racing too fast, and you know shit can't catch up.
Food is not the end all be all, but is a big part.
Yes, like a good 80% or 90%, right?
It's also important to realize that there are some foods that have hidden ingredients. For an example, commercial standard mayonnaise companies, usually put some not so good ingredients in their mayo. Mayo is higher fat, and some people may be tricked into thinking that's great for keto. It's good for a beginner, but something like mayo contains... look up actually mayo ingredients, because I know that a lot of mayo contains... And this is just an example of foods that you may think is great for you, but may be kind of a red flag. We'll pull this up real quick.
Ingredients.
Mayo ingredients.
Mayo ingredients.
I know a lot of mayo uses like canola oil.
Oh yeah, so yeah, hold on. What is a brand? Let's find a brand. Hellmann's, right?
Yeah, Maine.
Hellmann's mayonnaise.
Ingredients.
So let's see. Soybean oil.
Okay, soybean oil is one of the worst quality oils to consume. If you see soybean oil on a product on the shelf, put it back. It's not great.
Whole eggs. Water, whole eggs and egg yolk, vinegar, salt, sugar, lemon juice concentrate, calcium disodium, EDTA used to protect quality, natural flavors. That's
so
what's in Hellmann's.
The soybean oil and the sugar that is in mayo is a red flag. So while it's better than some products, it's best to get the best quality if you can. If you're on a budget, there are ways to go around it, and there's ways to get maybe a little bit lesser quality foods, but still good foods.
Yeah.
The most important thing is if you eliminate the sugars and the processed foods and take that step. You don't have to get that grass-fed, grass-finished beef if you cannot afford it or if it's not available to you. But you can start small by getting just regular beef.
Yeah.
Or regular turkey burgers, chicken. Just start small and start easy.
Yeah, eventually you'll be able to find a way to get to those specific foods.
Yeah, do the best you can.
Yeah, you have to try to do it. Like you have to just give yourself the opportunity to try. Otherwise you'll just be sinking.
Yeah.
But I think that's where we wrap up, because I feel like we did a lot.
We said a lot of information.
We said a lot of stuff. I feel like we did a good job.
If you had a takeaway for this podcast, what would it be?
Have an open mind on a lot of different things. You can't be stuck and have tunnel vision on what you've been, the way you have been always. You have to expand your knowledge on the ways you eat and the things that you're eating. Otherwise you just are going to be stuck in the same place that you were, and you'll never see any progress. And if you don't give yourself enough time and put in enough effort to actually change it, then you'll never change.
Yeah.
What about you, bro?
Get rid of sugar.
Number one.
Yeah, number one. Get rid of sugar. Get rid of these horrible ingredients that make you feel horrible, and makes you feel horrible, but you keep going for them because you're addicted to them. Understand that you can be addicted to sugar, and understand that there is a way to get rid of it. And how do you do that? You get rid of it. You take that step, at least slowly. You eliminate food slowly from your diet. If you're not going to do keto, if you're not going to do a certain diet or lifestyle, take steps to improve your health by eliminating foods that you know are bad. Try your best to get rid of the soda, to get rid of the Pop-Tarts, the fast food.
Processed.
Yeah.
Foods.
I want as many people listening to this to be healthier. And I believe 100%, 110%, the best way to do that is to eliminate these horrible foods. It will improve everything in your life by just doing small things, by eliminating the bread from your burger, by eliminating the Pop-Tarts in the morning and replacing it with nothing, because intermittent fasting is good for you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast. check your ingredients in the store
Yes.
on the foods that you buy. Every restaurant, every fast food place you go to, check the ingredients and look for sugars or hidden ingredients or soybean oil, processed food ingredients. Look out for those and be aware of what you're shoving into your mouth every day. Be aware that there is a way to become a healthier version of yourself by eliminating certain foods. And understand that not all fats are created equal.
Yes.
Not all proteins, not all carbs are created equal. There are better foods than others. There are better fats than some. Coconut oil is an example of a food that was once considered horrible, but we are now realizing is better than most other oils.
Yeah, and that's just a matter of opening your eyes and seeing, you know.
Yeah.
But I think otherwise we did. This went really well. I'm gonna just do some quick groundwork real quick before we end this. So if you guys have been here and have been listening and watching these for the last little while, or since we had started them, you've noticed that now we're starting to get a schedule going, and we want to and hope to keep the schedule going of every other Monday that we have a podcast, and then every other Friday on the opposite weeks we have been trying to put up a video of some sort. And so we hope to keep that going for as long as possible. And with your support and your help, if you keep liking, sharing, you know, hitting the subscribe button, even going to allgainsapparel.com and checking out our merch there, just by doing any of that, any way you can, definitely will help us, and can definitely you can definitely see more of these podcasts more often. We want to, hopefully, if things can go well, there is a possibility, if things do increase, we could get go for a weekly podcast. I would hope to do that. I would love to do that. We also need to figure out more equipment and stuff, but that's just a whole other thing.
We are improving our quality slowly but surely, and we're getting better every time. Because when you go on YouTube, when you go on Anchor or any of these platforms, and you do a podcast or you do videos, understand, for anyone who might want to begin, it takes time to adjust. We are not perfect, but I think the most important thing is that we're getting on the internet, the fucking internet, and we're
spreading knowledge.
We're spreading ideas and knowledge and things that you guys can use as tools to help your lives better, which is what we ultimately want. That's the reason why we created this All Gains Mindset, is to challenge your thinking, challenge your beliefs, and possibly see some changes and see different perspectives on things. Because when you open your mind, like Mike said, you will understand different truths that can really make your life better.
Yes, exactly. And
life is a process.
Yeah, life is a process, life is a journey, and you must go on it and experience everything, you know. But yeah, we want to grow, we want to expand, and we need your help. So we need your help to do that. So definitely keep sharing, keep liking. We thank everyone that has been doing that. We thank every person that we've had on these podcasts, you know, that have been coming on here with us and talking with us. It's been a great time.
It's been great so far. We're doing
really great.
We're doing great things.
And we want to get more people on here. We want to do more, but we need your help to keep sharing, liking, subscribing, you know, supporting in any way you can. You don't have to pay for nothing if you don't feel like you need to. But if you do, the people that would do that, we greatly appreciate that you do that. You know, we're not trying to just take your money. You know, we give you the option to do that if you so wish to. But all we really want is to just grow and spread our message.
Yeah. My last question is to you, the viewer, is what will you do today and tomorrow to make your life better? And will you take that step? And will you take action to improve your life and to prove that, you know, you have the courage to take that step? And will you take action?
Yes. Definitely with that question, definitely leave your answer in the YouTube comments and below on the video.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts. And if you have a success story, definitely share it. Because people may need to see some success stories and get a little bit motivated here.
Definitely. Also, if you have success stories that that are pretty long, you could also go to our All Gains Apparel Facebook page and even write to us your success stories.
And if you have any questions,
or even on the Twitter or Instagram or anything like that,
any questions, feel free to ask. Any topics in the future you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments below.
Yes, we would definitely. We will definitely actually do that if you guys send them through. We will definitely bring them in on a future podcast
and future videos too,
and even videos as well. So we'll definitely keep that in mind. We'll definitely be doing those.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think we are done here. Definitely. Also, if you are someone that likes our content, that wants to support us, and that that wants to see us grow, definitely. If you do go to allgainsapparel.com and you look through our merch stuff, and you see something you like, definitely use podcast 10. That saves you 10% off of anything you order on the site. So definitely, I say you should definitely be using that. So and we thank you again for that. Otherwise, I think we're done here. So we're
gonna go eat some steak because I'm motivating myself to go eat because I'm hungry now because of talking about this.
Oh yeah, I know. Talking about food makes you hungry. But that's what happens.
We're gonna get some grass-fed steak.
I'm gonna have some grass-fed burgers. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so I guess until the next podcast and our next videos and stuff, we will see you very soon.
See you guys.